Room, and it's the fourth night of my trip here to Colombia with Compassion International. And today was a really special day for me because I got to go to another project where, of course, they have the church and the children get fed and they go to school there. But today we were focused on the older kids who are from 18 to 22 or 23, and there's only 100 of them in Colombia who are part of this program called the Leadership Development Program. And when the children hit 18, they're pretty much done with compassion, and they're left to their own devices to go to school and hopefully get an education and go on with their lives. If they're accepted to this leadership development program, like I said, it's very hard to get into, then Compassion helps them. They have a sponsor who gives quite a bit more money every month to put them through a university and help them go to college on a scholarship. So it's a great program, and it's neat to see the kids, well, I guess they're about my age, that are in this program, because they're the best of the best. They just got a servant's heart. They're very hardworking, and they're very, very generous, very thankful. And so we got to go to this project, see how they came up through the ranks, hear their story of being sponsored when they were just a young child, and what that meant to them, and how it encouraged them to want to go to college and gave them the hope that they could get an education and get a good job and get out of the poverty that they came from. So it's pretty inspiring to be around people like that, and they are very, very cool folks. You'd love them. So sweet. The language barrier is almost, it's not really non-existent, obviously, because they don't speak the same language we do, but people are just people, and that's what I found out. We've had a translator. We're able to have great conversations even though we don't speak the same language. So it's been a lot of fun, and just a great time. There's a lot of soul searching that goes on in these kind of trips, because I've never seen the poverty. I've never seen children having to live in these kind of situations that I've seen in the last few days. So it's a lot for me to pour over and reflect on, and it's going to probably take a while to really soak it all up and get a good perspective on it. But I'm trying to just give you guys a little bit of an idea what I'm doing, and tomorrow I'm very excited because I get to meet my little boy, Emerson is how they say it down here, and that's going to be great. Everybody else, minus a couple of the people, have met their sponsor children, and it's just been nothing but tears, and I can't tell you how big of an impact it has on these children to meet the people that sponsor them, because very few get to, and they're so thankful. And what's interesting is I know some people back home wonder about an organization like Compassion, and they think, is there really a kid out there that I'm actually sponsoring, or is it all a sham? Is it a fraud? And I can tell you, these people are first class. There's absolutely a kid that you're sponsoring. And what's interesting is talking to the kids who are sponsored, they worry and wonder if there's actually a person in America that's sponsoring them. Some of them don't get any letters. Some of them, they're just sponsored and they have no contact with them, and it almost hurts them to think that there's not somebody on the other line that actually is there. So it kind of goes both ways, and obviously once you meet your kid, it's a different thing. Might have to bring the family down here and introduce them to Emerson after a few years. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a look. It's not great, but I'm going to show you out the window of my hotel room. There's not a lot to see, but I figured it'd be something a little different. Just move the computer over here. You can look out on the street here. Let me try to, yeah, there you go. You see there's some cars and buses. There's a store across the street from the hotel, and then the Andes Mountains are in the background. And this is about the nicest part of Bogota. And very few people have cars. Well, I say very few, but it's about 30 to 40% of the population have cars. They're usually very beat up. If you can see them out there, they're old, most of them. A lot of them are very small. The buses are very run down. The roads are terrible. and the housing and the buildings are unlike anything I've ever seen in the States. They're even the nicest buildings here are ones you'd probably never see back home. And like I said, this is about as nice as it gets. Out in the projects, I'll be able to show you some pictures from out there pretty soon. I've got some posted right now, and you can see how they live. It's very different. So if you got it in your heart, if you got a little extra money, please consider giving that to Compassion and sponsoring a child. It's $38 a month. It's a great cause. You won't regret it. So please check them out, compassion.com. I'm going to check in with you guys again tomorrow night. Talk to you later.